Hello, America. Welcome back. I guess obviously one of the first things we're going to have to start talking about is the fact that now we know that if we're conservative or Republican, not only are we racist, but come to find out we're the ones that are out there trying to defund the police. Came as a great shock to me, but it came directly from the puppet who is... Wow, that's kind of weird. I just thought about that. Just had a weird visual. Picture, if you will, Joe Biden, his hand up a puppet's ass, and then somebody else that's running the Joe Biden puppet. Anyway, back to Psaki. She's decided to say that all the conservatives, Republicans have voted for defunding the police. I think that's a pretty good stretch there. Don't you think there, Psaki? You think you can't figure out any new good lies to come up with? I mean, just kind of, well, you know what? We screwed up, and now we're going to go ahead and say that you did it. Yeah. You know, that's almost as good as back when your current Vice President of the United States referred to ICE as just the new KKK. It doesn't really matter because she had people backing her up then, and of course, just as always, people to cover their ass and their public apologizers to go out there and make it all clean up and look good and say, well, that's not what she said. She was making a reference to this or that. That's pretty much the Democratic answer to anything, and it come to find out, if any of you out there are really looking to get into politics, as it turns out, if you want to become a Democrat, the only thing you actually have to do is be really, really shitty at lying. That just seems to be the main thing. You can go ahead and lie and say that there was no type of voter problems. You can lie and say that, well, they're not looting and they're not tearing things down. They're not burning down buildings. That's a peaceful protest and get away with it. That's the way the Democrats run. They're just really shitty liars, and I'm guessing that maybe they think that everybody is so stupid that they won't know the difference. Welcome to 2021. You know, just when I had started to lose hope and thought that they had finally just went down to the idea of getting a 5-year-old to write their lies out for them because they couldn't actually come up with any of them original, and you just needed to have the sense of a 5-year-old and the imagination of a 5-year-old to come up with such pathetic lies. That was when I realized that our current elected president probably only has the mentality of a 5-year-old when he doesn't have a microphone in his ear telling him what to be told, or a teleprompter, which most of the time he has a problem reading. So get used to it, America. All you have to do is lie really crappy and you get to become president someday. That sure is a really great way to encourage our future America, isn't it? Well, that's what we got. That's what we got. That's what we get. That's what the most popular president in the world, that's how he became, is because he's a shitty liar. He can lie about the fact that he put more black people in prison than probably anything else, but, you know, he's not a racist. No, of course not. That man is the most racist president we've probably ever had to sit in that Oval Office. But oh well, he got voted in, right? And better than that, he's got press and press secretaries and everybody else out there to make up his lies for him and say that no. This was misunderstood and this was taken out of context. And really, how about pictures of him hanging out with the Grand Wizard of the KKK? Those pictures are missing. They're probably not even on the internet anymore. But, you know, there we go. That's what we got. We won him with the most popular vote ever. Thanks, America. Well, if it was a legitimate vote. But I'm sure it was because we were told so. So, there you go. One thing I think it's really important for us all to remember is that saying that the Republicans or the conservatives were the ones that were trying to get the police defunded, well, that's about as accurate as saying that the NRA is the ones out there trying to get your guns taken away. Fact of the matter, Kamala, Biden, they're nothing but a couple of tornadoes. And America, you're the trailer park. How you like those odds? Because I guarantee you that's what's going to end up happening. That's what they want to happen. Kamala, I'm going to look at you. I hope like hell you see this. I really do. You would not be sitting there right now if good old Joey Biden didn't screw up and say, well, if you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black. Because it was just a couple of more minutes into that conversation that Biden was informed that surely he was not only going to have a female vice president, but a female black vice president. Best part of it, Kamala's not even black. Hell, she can't even decide what race she is. You know, and to say that she's for this, for that, for this, for that, yeah, bullshit. She's just another politician. And if she ever wasn't one, she sure as hell is now. So, that's the fact on those two. It's time to wake up, America. It's not raining outside. The Democrats are out there pissing on you. That's what's hitting you on top of the head. It's piss. It's just raining down on you like nobody's business. And the problem is these Democrats are out there and don't even realize that that's what's happening themselves. And they're just getting pissed on. They're getting fed more information by the mainstream media. And they're eating that shit up like nobody's business. They can't argue with you because they don't have facts to back it up. So that's why they try to just stop it and end the damn argument. I'm telling you, you need to carry it out. You need to get that information to them. They need to know this because they're not going to get it from the news sources they're getting it from. They're not trying to get it from anywhere. They're not trying to go, I mean, for goodness sakes, hey, Fox News, you want to prove to me that you're not, half left-wing? Then why don't you explain to me why Chris Wallace is even still on your staff? That is the most left-wing piece of crap that there ever was. And he's got his own show there, his Fox News Sunday. Well, you know what? You ought to be embarrassed. You damn well ought to be embarrassed. That man is not a journalist. That man is not a reporter. That man is a cutthroat. That man sat right there during the debate between Trump and the idiot that's currently in office and kept cutting the President of the United States off and trying to let Biden get in all his little words. And I mean, maybe it's just because he was trying to let little Biden speak the little time he came out of his basement at that point. Well, it's about time for that shit to end. Biden's not going to come out of his basement and run this country because he can't. He doesn't have the mental ability to do so. How about get somebody in there that can? For God's sakes. It's ridiculous. America, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for coming to see me here again. But more than anything, let's don't forget, we got to vote these idiots out of office. Period. Not just the idiot Dems. We got to get this left Marxist trash out of office. We also have to get these people out of office that claim to be Republicans. Okay? You've got more Mitt Romneys in there claiming to be Republicans when they're actually over there sucking left nut that need to be out of there. And you can really tell which ones. It's so simple. Look at the way they're voting on issues. Look to see if they got balls, and look to see if they're just flip-flopping, and if they say what they want, what you want to hear, to get them voted back in. And their actions show completely different, because that's the way most of them are doing. But yet they still keep getting voted in because you think there's no better choice. Well, there is. You're better off to vote for a Democrat that has a brain on his shoulders than another Republican that's an extreme leftist posing as a Republican. Now, I'm not saying go out there and vote Dem. I would never do that. But I'm saying you guys need to look at your choices. And unfortunately, at this point, it's came to the choice of picking the lesser of the two evils. That's all we've got anymore. But something's got to change, and it's got to change in a big way. Otherwise, you can plan on this damn country going down into a hole. And the only one that's going to get to smile about it is little how dare you, while she's sitting there laughing at everybody because we've shut down our whole damn country again because, well, this time, well, we're putting out too much emission gas, you know. Even though we're the only country in the world, quote unquote, doing anything about it. You know what? If any of this really has anything to do with anything, would anybody kindly explain to me why it is that over in that shithole over to the far west, California? You know, how many years have they been running smog checks on vehicles? They actually have vacuum systems at their pumps to where there's no fumes released while you're fueling your vehicle or anything else. But yet, I'm sorry, don't they still have about the same amount of smog as they had before any of that shit started? Seems like that's not the frickin' problem, huh? You know, it's probably frickin' Pelosi's and her ass gas over there. Couldn't tell you. Or, you know, maybe it's, you know, all the homeless or the needles or anything, you know, laying out all over the streets in her neighborhoods. What a great woman she is. She's done so much for her community. Fuck you, Pelosi. Hope that don't get my little video canceled here. Guys, I want you to have a great evening. I want America back. I don't care how it gets there, but I just want it to be America again. That's all I ask. I'm Mike Hunt for ACM Media. You guys have a good one. Good night and goodbye.